Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kansas City, Missouri. The Tim Kylo broadcast booth has traveled 4 hours west as the CBC Cadets will take on the Rockhurst Hawklets here on the Cadet Student Network. My name is Randy Molman. CBC Athletic Director Rocky Streb sitting in with me tonight. I love it.
Good evening, Randy. My pleasure to be here.
Rocky Streb in the house tonight in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. And the Cadets taking on Rockhurst. Now, what a matchup we have. I mean, CBC number 1 in the state of Missouri, Class 6. Rockhurst number 8. CBC 6-1, Rockhurst 5-2. You look at both of their schedules, and they schedule tough. Both coaches love these tough non-conference games, and so this is going to be a great game tonight.
It really is. This is maybe the game of the week across the state. I think a lot of people are going to be watching Twitter and looking for feeds. The CSN webcast is going to be a big item tonight.
Absolutely.
This is a big game.
So CBC comes in with a record of 6-1, and Rocky, at the beginning of the year, Coach Maris and Jim Platt and I talked about the defense and how it struggled early, but the last 5 games they have really come into their own.
Yeah, that's good. Good analogy. I talked to Coach Northern, he's a defensive line coach, just a little while ago. We've lamented the injuries that the Cadets have suffered throughout the year. And one of the ones I think that made the biggest negative impact was a loss to MJ Anderson.
Yes.
Playing on the defensive line, and was just that knee injury. He's out for the season. It just took us a while to gel. Last week we got to look at Elijah up there, and that made a big difference. So I think the defense is really coming along, especially on the line.
You really look at they've played Edwardsville, Chaminade, DeSmet, St. Louis U High, and Jeff City, and they've given up less combined points than they did the first 2 games of the year. The defense has really come alive. And by the way, coming into his own this year is Linnell Boyd Jr.
Yes, he has.
3 returns for touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery return for touchdowns. He's a big playmaker at safety.
He is. He's really showing a nose for the ball. And he does have an offensive mind, and I think he anticipates really, really well for a kid playing in the secondary. He kind of knows what you're trying to do, and he finds that ball. He's just really, really astute at what offenses are trying to do.
Let's talk about Rockhurst real quick. The Rockhurst Hawklets are 5-2, but they've also played a brutal schedule. They played Blue Springs South, Blue Springs. They've played Shawnee Mission North. They've went to Arkansas to play Bentonville, and then they played a Colorado team last week that I was talking to the play-by-play announcers for Rockhurst, who some say is one of the better teams in their area, and they beat that team last week with on the ground. They had a tailback, Brady McCandless, who rushed for 138 yards on 28 carries. They control the clock. Rockhurst kind of is a throwback. They love to control the clock, control the minutes, and try to keep high-powered offenses off the field.
And that's a really, really solid, not even solid, that's an exceptional offensive line for high school that they're sport. They're big, they're talented, they're athletic, and that's why they play the way they do. They're grinded out. Now, that doesn't mean they can't do anything else. Their quarterback has got some skills, that's for sure. He's really good. They've been struggling. I think their weakest spot so far has been getting the ball into the hands of the receivers, or guys just don't get open. And the kick and throw. The quarterback will get the ball to you if you can get open, but they're not getting open enough. But they're surviving on the ground, thriving by running the ball on the ground, and that's what we should expect to see tonight.
So when we look at this game tonight, it's going to be a very interesting matchup. You've got a team in Rockhurst who's going to want to eat clock. They're going to want to control the ball. They're going to want to get first down after first down and run minutes down and dominate you at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to want to try to slow that CBC offense down. But with Coach Pingle's offense, they're not one-dimensional anymore.
No.
They can run and they can throw, and so they'll. What do you think is going to be the attack mode here tonight? What do you think the plan is for CBC's offense?
The game plan revolves around the first down, as you pointed out. That's for both teams. So CBC is going to try to keep the first down, keep the ball moving, just like Rockhurst is going to do. But we've got some playmakers. If you can get Cam Brown in a little bit of space, it's over. That's going to be 6. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for opportunities.
So that's Rocky Streb. My name's Randy Molman. You are watching CBC football on the Cadet Student Network, and we're ready to kick it off here from Kansas City, Missouri. The Tim Kylo broadcast booth has traveled to Kansas City, and the TJ's Pizza Kickoff is coming up right now. Dylan McGraw will kick it from your left to your right. A line drive kick sails into the end zone. Rockhurst will start at the 20. That's a good start for Dylan McGraw, getting it out of the end zone.
Really is. It's a windy night. Now, this field runs east to west. The wind's blowing north to south as the cold front's coming in. So the wind's blowing across the field. That was an unwind-aided kick. Real good job.
So the starting quarterback for Rockhurst is number 10, Derek Green. Rocky mentioned him a second ago. And Derek Green's brother, TJ Green, quarterbacked the Rockhurst state runner-up team that lost to CBC in 2014. So Derek Green is the quarterback. He takes the shotgun, drops back, fires to the right side, overthrows his man, incomplete. Good coverage over there by CBC. Looked like on the coverage was Linnell Boyd Jr. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball's at the 20-yard line for Rockhurst. They go right to left, blue home jerseys with the white pants, blue trim, and the solid white helmets. CBC, of course, in their all-white road uniforms with the purple and Vegas gold trim. Derek Green out of the shotgun, takes a snap, fires to the left side. It's caught. Spin move at the 25, across the 30. Finally run out of bounds across the 40. And a good spin move by Cooper Krizek, the wide receiver.
Missed tackle, made for a big play. We're going to see a lot of that tonight.
You've got two very athletic teams going after each other tonight. As we mentioned, CBC, the number 1 ranked team in the state of Missouri. Rockhurst, no slouch. They're number 8 in the area, or in the state, coming in to tonight. A couple of weeks ago, Rockhurst took on Blue Springs, the defending runner-up last year. They lost to Kirkwood in the state title game last year, and they lost only 21-14 and were driving towards the end of the game before Blue Springs got a key stop. There's Green, keeps it himself across the 45. You'll see Green run some. He's had some explosive runs this year.
Contain's going to be very important. Coach Northern talked about that with his defensive line. They got to get pressure on the quarterback, and they've got to contain him when he does want to run.
So
that time he kind of took it inside a little bit. So
good coverage by CBC.
Yeah.
He wanted to throw to the outside, and the Cadet defense was there, so he had to tuck it and run. But he did pick up 4, 2nd and 6 at the 48, just shy of the 48. This time, Green goes under center. McCandless in the backfield, the starting tailback. He rushed for 138 yards last week. CBC's ready for him there. He picks up a couple.
Nice pressure. Boys got through. That wasn't how the Rockhurst offense saw that one going.
Brady McCandless last week, 28 carries for 138 yards versus Pomona. They're at high school out of Colorado.
So you mentioned the importance of first downs, and here we are in our first 3rd down situation. This is important.
Yep, 3rd and 4. Ball's at the 49. Out of the gun. Green can't find his first man, goes to his second option, and he throws it away incomplete. Once again, good coverage by CBC on the far side. Malik Billingsley on the coverage over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of celebration going over on the Cadet sideline right now. You can see it. That's what they wanted to do. We're going to be on defense first. We want to hold them, make them punt. That's what they wanted.
Harry O'Neill lines up in punt formation for Rockhurst now. He stands at his, let's say, 34-yard line. Back deep is Tyler Walton. Snap is high. There's the rugby-style kick. End over end. Walton takes it inside the 20. Tries to make a man miss, but can't. Good coverage by Rockhurst down the field. And that might be a key here tonight for both teams. CBC special teams has been phenomenal all season. But Rockhurst also has very, very well-coached special teams. And in a tight ball game, it could be one special teams play that turns this game around.
That's quite true. They are all about the field position. That's very important for them. So they're going to try to keep us on our half of the 50 for sure and as deep as possible.
Last week, Rockhurst played Pomona, very high-powered passing attack. They also had a running back that is a Washington State commit that only rushed for 80 yards against this Rockhurst defense. So it's not going to be easy for the CBC offense here this evening. Let's see how they want to start. This is Bradford over the middle on the counter play into the secondary. He ran over a safety, gets across the 40. Hey, that's a good statement to start right there, Rocky.
A great first play. It was just simple. It's a blast right off the tackle and goes for, 25 yards? That's a good statement.
Very good start there. for CBC. Big run for Brian Bradford. He came in with 716 yards, 10 touchdowns rushing, averaging 8.6 yards a carry. That is just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Let's hope he keeps it up.
There's the read option. Gabbert going deep for Brown. He's got him on the sideline, and he's knocked away. No penalty flag. And I know that there's no face guarding rule in high school football, but that seemed like a face guard.
Yeah, the kid was right on top of him. Cam was not able to get space. Normally he can, but the ball was slightly underthrown, not really too terribly bad, but he couldn't get the space that he needed. He had to wait for the ball.
Sam Tatum is the corner over there, it looks like. Second down and 10 on the 43. Back to the run game. That's Chance Lotz picking his way. Gets maybe a yard. Stacked up there by a host of blue jerseys. Led by number 45, Jack McCliney.
So here's our third down. First third down. Got a ways to go.
Third and a long 8, it looks like. Just shy of the 45-yard line. 3 receivers in the game. Lined up in the slot to Gabbert's right is the tight end, Budemeyer. Gabbert fires over the middle, and Cam Brown dropped it. He was open, but he looked like he started to run before he gathered it all in.
He kind of stumbled a little bit. It looked like he broke his stride. I'm not sure what happened there, but wasn't the first series we were hoping for.
Fourth down now and 8. And CBC will punt. That's number 11, Brett Gabbert, looks like, lined up deep. He's going to do the punting.
It always scares the defense when the quarterback goes back.
That's right. Looks like McCandless is deep for Rockhurst. Gabbert's punt, good high kick. It is short, and it'll bounce at the 15, take a CBC roll inside the close to the 10, and it'll be down at the 12. And so, again, field position, both teams so far doing a good job in the punting game to pin their opposing offenses back.
And it's kind of a replay of last year. You might recall there's only 1 touchdown scored in the entire game. People thought or expected 2 high-power offenses to put up some points. These guys can play defense too.
So Rockhurst begins, 1st and 10. Ball is spotted at the 12. Derek Green brings his offense out, the 6'4" senior quarterback. He'll start under center. Single back formation as Brady McCandless is deep. There's the pitch on the toss to the left side. Cuts it upfield across the 15, across the 20 before being knocked down at the end by Linnell Boyd Jr. But that's going to be a 12-yard pickup and a first down for Rockhurst. And that's what the Hawklets hope to do, is be able to run effectively against this CBC defense. Good contingent of CBC fans across the way making the 4-hour trip.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm sad. We've got a gigantic section for the home team, so we look small by comparison. We got a good turnout, though.
Yeah, very good turnout, especially, the distance. Fake pitch and a handoff up the middle to McCandless, and he is hit and dropped after a gain of 2. CBC filled the hole in the middle there very, very quickly.
Yeah, smelled that counter out pretty good.
That was 96 Wes Wardenberg who hit him first.
West stayed home and was there to make the play. He didn't foul the flow away.
Looks like Presnar Dorless checks in now on the defensive line. Julian Beach will take a break. That's Michael West who left the field. So it'll be 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard pickup. Ball's at the 28 for Rockhurst. No score first quarter, 8:20 and counting. 2 of the powerhouse programs in the state of Missouri going head-to-head tonight. There's a completed pass on the sideline to Cooper Krizek. Krizek covered on the play by number 22, Malik Billingsley, and it'll now be 3rd and 1, pickup of 5. Tight end will check back in for Rockhurst as they bring a bigger set into the game on 3rd and 1. Offset eye in the backfield. There's the handoff. McCandless over the left side picking his way. Jaden Brown came up to hit him first, but McCandless sort of fell forward to get that extra yard in the first down.
He did. They had him stopped. We had him stopped, and he fell forward.
So another first down for Rockhurst, chewing up clock here. First quarter action, no score. Both teams have had a possession already. Both have punted. Rockhurst left tackle, number 70, Antoine Williams. No, that's our left tackle. That's our tackle. Jack Murphy, excuse me. 6'9", 270 pounds.
Looks like two guys standing there.
Two of me, that's for sure. McCandless with a long run. He picked his way, bounced it outside, and took it for big yardage into the CBC secondary, and a big run there.
You mentioned the size of that left tackle. Now, I'm going to say it's early, but it seems like 75% of their offense is going to that side. They're going to follow that big number 70, and they're going to follow him on down the field if they can.
6'9", 270-pound left tackle. Out of the shotgun now, this is Green. Takes a snap, he's going to throw. Fires quickly, right over the middle, wide open. Found a spot in the zone, and it's caught by Klezak. He's hit immediately, but he did churn his legs for a couple extra yards. He's close to a first down. See where they mark it. It'll be 2nd and 1. They give him 9. Ball is at the CBC 33-yard line. These two played last year, as Rocky Streb said. It was a 10-3 game, CBC the victor, and then the previous time they played was the state championship game in 2014.
A lot more scoring in that game.
There was. Here's the fake, and then the stretch play back to McCandless the other way, and he gets knocked out of bounds there. McCandless picks up the first down, picked up a 4.
It, yeah.
Billingsley ended up running him out of bounds. So though Rockhurst is running some plays up the middle, they're also using a lot of misdirection and counter plays to try to get CBC flowing in one direction and then hitting them the other way.
I feel like our linebackers are doing a good job, though, staying home and playing it straight up. Nothing's been devastating so far, other than that big number 70.
1st and 10 at the 30. Fake handoff now. Play action. Green looking. Receivers covered. He's going to roll out. Look out. He's got good speed. He fires into the turf. Smart play there. Not making a mistake on the pass. Good coverage downfield
really
by
good
CBC.
Coverage. That's been the at watching tape on Rockhurst's previous games. You don't know exactly how good their opponents are per se, but their receivers just don't get open enough to make that quarterback, who as good as he is, he'd be more effective if his receivers could get open.
The thing about Green is he'll get out of that pocket and he'll run, very similar to Brett Gabbert. If he gets a little pressure, he's a threat to take off.
Very similar.
McCandless, the lone tailback, he takes the pitch, looking over the right side, trying to find room, coming up to make the play. The ball bounces free, and who has it? CBC says they have it. A big hit over there, and the Cadets have it. The first turnover of the game, and CBC takes over at the 35-yard line, first down.
This really needs to be converted to points, too. You're not going to get a lot of mistakes, and when you get them, you got to make them pay. Also, Randy, notice, I think that's the first time they ran that sweep to the right, wasn't it?
To the right side,
yeah.
Not behind their left tackle.
Mm-hmm. And you got to keep the other team honest, so you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again.
So the Cadets force the game's first turnover, and they take over now at the 35-yard line. Gabbert has Bradford and Lotz in the backfield. Split wide receivers to his right side, and he'll give it to Bradford, who bulldozes up the middle for a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Cadets 6-1, 3-0, of course, in the MCC. They'll play Vianney next week. Another big game for the Cadets. Seems like every week they've got a big opponent.
That's going to be number 5 versus number 1 in 5A
Class
versus
5. Yep.
Yeah.
Gabbert fakes now, gives it to Bradford over the left. Ooh, coming up with a big hit for Rockhurst from his safety spot. We're going to get that number here for you. Big hit, number 35 came up. Zach Pitzel with a big hit to finish that run playoff. It's 3rd and 7. Actually, we'll call it 3rd and 6. Single back now for CBC. Budemeyer, the tight end in the slot to Gabbert's left. 3 wide receivers. Julian Williams has checked in. He's at the top of your screen.
Carson Budemeyer's emerged as one of the go-to guys for quarterback Brett Gabbert recently. Let's watch him here.
Gabbert throws, and The receiver went down. Williams went down over there, and it's incomplete. I don't know if he slipped or got knocked down. I couldn't tell, but it'll be 4th down for the Cadets. Rockhurst holds after the turnover.
It's a defensive struggle.
This is
Thought
the type.
I saw this movie last year.
Yeah, that's right. This is the type of game Rockhurst likes. They want time of possession. They want to wear defenses down, and they want to force 3 and outs, and they just forced a 3 and out here. And Brett Gabbert will line up to punt for the Cadets. McCandless is back deep, as is Cooper Krezek. Gabbert's punt is high and will be fair caught at the 29-yard line by McCandless. So the fumble didn't hurt, as Rockhurst will take over at the 29-yard line.
They essentially gave up, about 40 yards is what that cost them.
Cadet fans, are you protected? Call State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo for all of your insurance needs. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's also the presenting sponsor of CSN, and we are incredibly grateful for his support. Call Tim, 314-842-4442, or send him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. We are in, of course, the Tim Kylo broadcast booth here at Rockhurst High School. 1st and 10 at the 29. 3 wide receivers in the game for Rockhurst. Quick pass on the wide receiver bubble screen. It's caught across the 35, picking his way, finally hit down at the 39. That was the tight end, number 86, Harry O'Neill. Pickup of 9 there.
So for them, that particular play moves the ball over to the right hash. Any guesses what you might see now?
Well, you've got, let me take a guess here. The far side of the field, the open side of the field is the left side, and the left side they have a tackle that's large that we've already mentioned several times.
They're going to be running right at us. I'm getting ready to wait.
They also have a big tackle or tight end lined up next to him over there on the left side. Here's the fake by Green. He keeps it himself across midfield into CBC territory. They ran the old option play. Green faked the pitch, kept it himself, and he gets another 1st down for the Hawklets.
First time we've seen the option tonight.
Yep.
It's just another weapon.
Another wrinkle for sure. Already under 4 to play, 1st quarter. Rockhurst comes to the line of scrimmage. No score. 1st quarter action. Green keeps it himself on the read option up the middle. He'll pick up about 4 or 5. They're getting pretty good yards on 1st down, Rocky.
Yeah, getting the 1st down or getting so much yards on 1st down really opens up your trick bag, which for them is not very deep, but you're giving them more opportunities to slide something in you weren't ready for. This could be anything. This could be a run. This could be that sweep again. It could be a pass.
Yeah, when you have 2nd and 5 or shorter, that opens up your playbook quite a bit. 2nd and 5 here, approaching 3 minutes to play. Offset I formation for Rockhurst. They'll run out of the shotgun. They'll run under center. They really mix it up. McCandless picks his way over the middle, gets into the secondary, drags some CBC defenders inside the 30, close to the 28. A good hard run by Brady McCandless.
He feels some momentum shifting towards Rockhurst side now. They're feeling good about themselves.
CBC's defense has been on the field for quite a bit here in this 1st quarter.
You see a lot of people running in. The coaches are shuffling in fresh guys, but
so 1st down and 10 now at the 28-yard line of the Cadets. Rockhurst marching here. No score, 1st quarter action. Green out of the shotgun, hands it. McCandless again. He's hit. Picks up about 3. So good defensive play there. Coming in to help out was number 45, Jabari Madison.
And that was off the left side, so we're holding our own. We're doing okay.
Looks like they've got number 98 over there, Presnar Dorless, who has not seen a ton of time this year, but they love lining him against that big tackle. Dorless has some size to him.
He does, and he's been nursing some injuries. I think this is his first game back for a couple weeks. He was in a boot for a while.
I also see Josh Plore, who's an offensive lineman in the game at defensive end, lining up. And there's a sack in the backfield there. Good pressure by the CBC defense. And coming in to get the sack, wrapping him up, was number 65, That's big FaZe Thomas. So CBC trying to get some size to line up against their left tackle just so they don't allow him to block more than one guy.
If he can handle Presnard by himself, more power to him. Coaches have been doing that, switching these kids up and playing some defensive kids on offensive positions, and just trying to keep it fresh, and it's really paying off now.
So that sack makes it 3rd and 14 now for the Hawklets, and that ball's in the turf, incomplete. So CBC holds. It'll be interesting, though, at this part of the field with a field goal kicker who most likely can't kick a 50-yard field goal. Wouldn't be surprised if they went for it.
It looks like they're bringing in a punt team.
Wow, that's interesting.
Again, we had talked about the importance of field position and how Rockhurst likes to play that game. Is this going to be a field goal attempt?
No. They are going to punt.
They're going to punt, okay.
I thought, for a second there, I thought they had sent out a kicker. No, they're going to punt, and they are at the CBC 32. Very interesting move here.
Well, if you can pin us in, that's what they're looking for.
But if a ball sails in the end zone, you're only trading 12 yards. Here's the rugby-style punt. He tries to drill it into the end zone. It's down inside the 5. Running it down there for Rockhurst. Who is that? 53, Jackson Wentworth. He caught it in midair inside the 5. They're going to mark it at the 2. So to your point, great punt there by Rockhurst.
Coach is a genius, right? That all worked out.
So CBC takes over on their own 2-yard line. They'll have to go 98 yards to score a touchdown. Rockhurst defense has been up to the task so far. Let's see what Coach Pingle has up his sleeve here. Got to be careful, backed up this deep.
We've given up a safety once this year. We won't do that again.
Gabbard fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, fires across the field to Tyler Walton, who goes down to make the catch at the 11. He'll be very close to a first down. Wow, that's why Brett Gabbard is so good, because most quarterbacks can't make that throw. Sliding to their left, coming back to the right, that's a tough throw to make.
While being in your own end zone.
Right.
Great awareness.
So 2nd and 1 for the Cadets. Gabbard looks left, fires, it's caught. Cameron Brown has the first down, close to the 20. The Nebraska commit is down at the 20. First down, CBC. So they're out of the shadow of their own end zone, which is good.
Got some room to operate now.
We're under a minute to play here in the first quarter. No score, CBC and Rockhurst. Gabbard to Bradford. Bradford up the middle, picking his way. Now drives his shoulder into the linebacker, drags him for a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 3. Pickup of 7.
He can carry some people with him, can he?
Are we getting some texts?
We are, but they're from my family.
Oh, well. They're still watching, though, I bet.
They're
still
definitely,
watching.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
Are they
watching.
excited you're on the air with me tonight?
It's their surprise.
Chance Lotz is stopped short of the first down. He picks up maybe 1. It'll be 3rd and short for CBC. The chance of my family watching this game tonight are 0.
Really?
They hear me all the time.
Are they having fun without you?
Yeah, always. Always having fun without me.
I don't know how much fun this is.
That's the end of the first quarter. We have no score. The CBC Cadets and the Rockhurst Hawklets you're watching on the Cadet Student Network. I want to tell you a little bit about our kickoff sponsor, TJ's Pizza and Fundraising. You can grab a slice of TJ's at the CBC concession stands at any CBC home game. TJ's is also the best fundraising option around, offering a simple process that helps your school, team, or organization raise money by selling delicious pizzas and desserts. Call TJ's 314-869-9404 for more information, or check them out at tjspizza.com.
So far, Randy, things have gone kind of the way we talked about, expected them to go.
I think so. Rockhurst came out. They want to control the clock. They want to run. They want to lead in time of possession. They want to play solid defense, not give up any big plays. So far, Rockhurst is going right on script. I think CBC still trying to figure out a little bit what they can do to exploit Rockhurst on both sides of the ball.
Probably when this one's done, the team that has the most first downs is the winning team.
I thought you were going to say, before this is all said and done, the team who scores the most points will be the winner.
I've not been that good in math, but that's possible. Looks like a first down.
First down for Bradford, I believe. Yep, first down Cadets. Good run there on 3rd and short. And the Cadets now sort of borrowing a game plan from Rockhurst here, running the ball, getting first downs, not going for the big play just yet. But just when you lull a defense to sleep, that's when Coach Pingle will hit you with the big play.
Precisely. I'll wait till this play's over.
Fake to Bradford. Gabbert rolls right. Now he's going to look down the field. He's got a man, Tyler Walton, but it broken up at the last second. Good coverage there, closing in. Chris Kastrup knocked it away.
So both teams really have essentially the same game plan. Control the ball, first downs, field position, all that. The difference between the two teams is the speed at which they play. CBC plays in a hurry-up. We're already set and ready to go, no huddle. Rockhurst is more slow and methodical in that.
Oh, CBC's right tackle jumped there. That's number 71 for the Cadets. Looks like Feeney.
So you'll see the CBC coaches, they're on the same sidelines as the chain gang. And if the chain gang can't get set fast enough, they're going to help those guys along, cheer them up, give them a little push maybe, help them get set up so we can get going.
So after the penalty, 2nd and 15. Gabbert rolls right, looks downfield, fires to the sideline. Tyler Walton's there, gets out of bounds shy of the first down, but a good pickup of about 12. Make it 10. Wow, he stepped out way back at the 36. I thought he got up close to the 38 or 39. Hard to see from our angle. So
I
3rd
can
and
barely
5.
see the other sideline.
3rd and 5 for CBC. This is Chance Lotz up the middle. First down, breaks into the secondary. Across midfield, 40, 30, 25. Finally run down close to the 20-yard line. Run down by O'Neal, but not before Chance Lotz breaks off a huge gain.
And that's where a big play for CBC will come from. It'll just be an off tackle, but he'll break it big. So here we are getting set. We want to get set before the other team can get their defense. Cheering on that chain gang. Come on, fellas. Here we go. We're ready to go.
Elijah Robinson now checks into the backfield. 4 receivers, including Julian Williams in the game. Gabbert fakes to Robinson. To the end zone. Cameron Brown. Looks like a touchdown, but we have a penalty flag at the line of scrimmage and another flag after the play. Oh, no. We'll see what this is all about.
2 flags.
Illegal man downfield for CBC, so that touchdown comes back. Now let's see what the penalty flag after the play is. I don't think they'll be offset, will they? Because one happened during the play, one happened after, so I'm not sure.
Even if they're both, if they're not both against us,
right.
No, they would not be offsetting. But I got a feeling they're both going to be against us. I'm not sure why I think that, but
I don't know what happened at the end of that play.
I don't either.
Officials are talking it over right now.
It was an excessive celebration because there was no celebration.
If we look at the replay here, you'll see it on your screen. Oh, that's the Chance Lotz run right there. Look at this run as he broke into the secondary. Big, big run. The biggest play of the game so far on either side for Chance Lotz.
A lot of discussion going on down here trying to figure this one out.
I think they're trying to figure out what we're trying to figure out is if it's a penalty during the play on one team and then after the play on another team, does it still offset? So here's the replay of the touchdown. Let's see if I can see what Cam Brown did here, if anything. He catches the touchdown. And, oh, yeah, that's going to be against Cam Brown. If you saw the replay, the defensive back was grabbing at the ball even after the play was over, and then Cam Brown gave him a little forearm to the grill.
Like illegal receiver downfield.
So that's the first.
Unsportsmanlike.
Oh,
against us.
They call it on both.
Okay.
So they called it on the Rockhurst guy first, and then they called it on Cam Brown for the retaliation.
Bottom line is touchdown comes back.
Yes, that's right. Because of the illegal receiver downfield. Usually they get the retaliation. I'm surprised
Normally
they got
do.
both.
I think they're going to call a tight one tonight. This officiating crew, this is a veteran crew. They're not going to be intimidated, but they're not here to intimidate otherwise. They're a really good crew. I think they're going to call it pretty tight, and they're going to let the kids play, but they're not going to let any nonsense happen.
So with the illegal receiver downfield, CBC will run this play again, and let's see where they mark it. Now they got to figure out where to mark it. Marking it off now, and that'll go all the way back to
15 almost.
Yep.
Just about.
That'll be marked just inside the 29-yard line of Rockhurst, which will make this a 1st and 15.
Maybe a little more.
They need to get to the 13-yard line for a first down. Here's a screen pass to Brian Bradford, but Rockhurst smelled that one out. Only a couple of yards there. They threw it to the short side of the field at the top of your screen.
I would say we're in 4-down territory here. We've got to get points on the board. And right now we're not close enough for a field goal.
So 2nd down now, and looks like close to 15 yards. Maybe just inside 15, 14. Let's call it 14. 2nd and 14 at the 26. Here's the stretch play across the field. Chance Lotz hit down there, coming up to make the play. Very active so far tonight, Chris Castro. He's played a nice game from that corner position. So a pickup of a little more than 2 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 11 for CBC. Ball is at the Rockhurst 24. Approaching 10 minutes to play until halftime. Still no score. Rockhurst and CBC. Gabbert out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to roll left to the near side. He's looking downfield. No one's open. He's going to now race away from pressure, but he can't get away. Number 88, that's Andrew Stafford with the sack. Back at the 39, and that'll be a 4th and long, and now we're going to see a punt for sure, I think, Rocky.
Yes, now you got enough room, too.
Gabbert might not be able to punt here because his helmet came off. He's going to have to go off the field for a play, and that means number 18.
93.
Oh, 93 lined up. That's McGraw. So Dylan McGraw, the kicker, will do the punting.
Your kicker can always punt if you have to. Now, he wasn't ready for this.
No.
I hope he's stretched and mentally focused. I don't even know when the last time he punted would have been.
That's a good sign, right?
Yeah, this could go bad if you're not ready.
Don't know when the last time our punter actually punted.
Well, he's a place kicker.
That's going to bounce into the end zone, and so really an exchange of about 19 yards. So Rockhurst will take over at the 20. First down and 10 for the Hawklets. Still no score. What a game we have so far. Cadet fans, we're proud to tell you that Chick-fil-A is now the official chicken sandwich of the Cadet Student Network. You didn't bring any Chick-fil-A for us?
We're going to have some afterwards, so stick around.
Oh, all right.
There's a Chick-fil-A right about a mile down the road going to deliver for us.
Those delicious Chick-fil-A sandwiches are now available at CBC at the concession stand. So grab a sandwich next week when you're there for the Vianney game. Be sure to visit our friends at our favorite Chick-fil-A right there on Manchester Road, just east of Ballas. Chick-fil-A is CSN's favorite pregame meal. It should be yours too. And there's the fake to one side and the end around the other way, but CBC stayed home. Jaden Brown led the way, and Cooper Krizek is tackled after a loss of 2. So good play by that CBC defense.
I feel like that nice, although we didn't score, but we did keep the ball long enough the defense can get their wits about them, catch their breath. Look tougher already.
The Rockhurst student section getting crazy down there. You can feel they're bouncing around in the stands. They've got cheers. They got a couple of yell leaders down on the field leading some cheers.
They do it right.
2nd and 11 now. The ball is back at the 19. Green will take the snap, roll right now. He ducks it underneath, tucks it, and he gets back maybe a yard. He's tackled at the 20. CBC closed very quickly.
There's some pressure coming from the outside, and I did not get the number. That was good pressure. That's what Coach Northern was looking for from the defensive line, pressure on the quarterback, and he got it that time.
last week, and he's in the game now. Number 84, Elijah Robinson, came in. You were talking earlier how we're trying to get some of these CBC offensive players to play defense and vice versa. Robinson was a beast down there last week.
Not even fair. If it was – I'll wait till this is done.
3rd and 10. There's Robinson putting the pressure on the backside. Green looking to escape. Can't. He tried to juke Cameron Brown, but Cameron Brown wasn't having it.
No, he wasn't. So on Elijah, it's not even fair with him putting pressure on the quarterback. If it wasn't for Cam Brown being on his team, he would be the fastest guy on the field. You know, they were both on this.
And he's much thicker
than
Cam
he's huge. He was the alternate on the state championship 4x100 team that Cam Brown ran on. So he's the second fastest guy in the game at any time. And he's on the line. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's
he was so disruptive last week from that defensive end position.
I think football coaches all across the state watching that film like, jaws dropped.
How come this guy's now playing defense? That's not fair. There's a good punt by O'Neal. He boomed it, but
went out, though.
But it might have gone out of bounds way upfield. Let's see where the official spots it. He's going to spot it at the 40. Wow.
Hey, look.
No,
we'll take it.
He's taking a couple yards now. He's looking back. Let's see. Let's see where they ultimately spot it here.
It's really hard to gauge. It's like trying to find your golf ball in the woods.
So they mark it at the 44. That was a booming kick, but he kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, he sliced it a little bit.
Yep.
I'll take that. We're in a good place right there.
Absolutely. Good field position for the Cadets. Trying to put points on the board. No one has scored yet. We're 6:39 into we have 6:39 left in the second quarter.
This is the first time either of the two teams could say they started a drive with good position.
There's a quick slant to the tight end Buttermeyer. He picks up enough for the first down. Good play there. Carson Buttermeyer coming into his own as a tight end. You talked about him earlier. He's become quite a red zone threat.
He's got like stick 'em on his hands or something, little Velcro hands or something, because once that ball touches even a fingertip, he doesn't drop it.
First down and 10 at the 46 of Rockhurst. Gabbert out of the shotgun, 3 receivers. Looks like number 14 checked into the backfield for CBC, and it's the wheel route. Gabbert just underthrew it. That was number 14 for CBC. Is that Harry Nardini, or is that someone else wearing that jersey?
That's 14. That's not Harry. Harry won't be that big for a couple more years.
And he's listed as a quarterback. I'm not 100% sure who's wearing that number 14 jersey.
Well, he ran a nice route. He got out there really quick.
Second down and 10 now at the 46. They give it to him again up the middle, pounding his way inside the 35 to the 41. So CBC will have it at the 41. It'll be 3rd and 6. Antoine Higgins is wearing number 14.
Antoine's first game.
And Antoine Higgins' first action this year. So 3rd down and 5, another big 3rd down. The Rockhurst faithful making a lot of noise. Elijah Robinson, he's going to stop short. His knee hit at about the 38 before he dove forward. So that'll make it 4th and 2, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if CBC went forward here.
Antoine's been itching to get back. It's good to have him back in the lineup.
So where was he?
He was out. He wasn't able to play yet. Now he can play, and he's making up with it with vengeance.
He is. So Dylan McGraw now will come out and do the punting. I'm a little surprised here CBC is punting on 4th and 2. But as we talked about, both teams really valuing field position in this game. McGraw stands at his own 48. Line drive kick. Good punt. Fair catch at the 18. No, at the 13. And that'll be where Rockhurst takes over. Well, this game has played out pretty much exactly like Rocky and I thought it would. 2 big-time teams, big-time programs, and both very talented, very strong, and they're really playing, number one, playing good defense.
Yes, they are. We've got 1 turnover against Rockhurst. CBC was not able to capitalize on that. penalties have been very sparse. It's not a game so far that's been dictated on mistakes, but rather on style of play.
Number 77, Danielson Ike, 6'6", 315. That's their right tackle, Rocky.
Yeah,
so they've got two pretty big tackles.
That is an exceptional, remarkable high school offensive line.
Yep, you mentioned it at the top. They've got a big, strong offensive line.
There's a lot of small colleges that don't have these kinds of players.
Pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 at the 22. Approaching 4 minutes to play here until halftime. No score. The number 1 team in the state of Missouri, CBC, taking on the number 8 team in the state, Rockhurst, here in Kansas City. Green hands it up the middle, squeaking his way through for a first down. They're going to mark him at the 25.
And I feel like for Rockhurst, that number 8 ranking is actually a motivation for them because they feel like they're better than that, and they are.
And their losses, I mean, they lost to Blue Springs, who's a defending runner-up, and then they lost the first game of the year against Rockbridge.
Right? Oh,
at Rockbridge.
Is that what it was?
And by the way, in that game, talking to some of the folks here at Rockhurst, that game, the heat index was 105. They didn't play the game at Rockbridge. It was played at Battle High School. It got moved from a Friday night to a Saturday afternoon. Like, lots of stuff happened. Both teams struggled in that heat.
All kinds of ways to mess up with your mojo on that one.
But Rockbridge actually, former Hazelwood Central coach is there now, is Rockbridge's head coach. That's right. So he's at Rockbridge, so you know that he's going to turn that program around. And Rockbridge is now ranked number 10 in the area. So it's not like Rockhurst has lost to any chumps. They've lost to really, really good teams.
For 6A, which would be 8, 16, 32 schools,
right.
You take the top 25, and you can't – there's not a whole lot of difference between 1 and 25.
2nd and 5 after the completion. Offset I formation. 2 tight ends in the game for the Hawklets. And hitting him right off the edge was Tillman, Anthony Tillman, who's actually come on very strong the last couple weeks. He's now the team's 3rd leading tackler.
Got a nose for the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He finds his way there.
When you have corners that can come off the edge and tackle, that's huge.
And cover. When they got to drop back and cover, they're there. I mean, we have not blown coverage. Our coverage tonight has been exceptional.
They've moved Tillman now more inside here. He's lined up as sort of an outside linebacker safety right there. And it's 3rd down and 4. Fake handoff, Green rolls right. Here comes the pressure. Throws over the middle. It's caught. And he'll have the first down. I don't know if the whistle had blown. Down the sideline, inside the 30, inside the 20.
He stepped out a couple times.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds back upfield, but no whistle was blown. The 6'4", 257-pound tight end Dykes made the catch. He was hit several times, but apparently his knee never touched.
Well, I saw the referee, the line judge over here, coming in and waving his arms like he was blowing him dead, but then he backed off.
Yeah. So down the sideline, and that's Rockhurst's biggest offensive play of the night. And they take over 1st and 10 at the 30.
I think everybody expected him to go down, and he didn't go down.
This is the best drive of the night for Rockhurst now. They're at the 30-yard line. Green fakes the handoff, gives it to McCandless. Coming around the edge was Tillman once again, causing havoc on the outside there. Takes a great angle from the right side and makes the tackle in the backfield, but not before McCandless picks up 3.
That counter's been a go-to play tonight where they can get that ball over to the side of the field that they want to run on without showing it right away.
So they say he picked up 2 there. 2nd and 8 now at the 28. Under center is quarterback Derek Green. He wears number 10. Takes a snap, single back. He rolls to his left. He's got a man open. Good tackle over there by number 28. That is Taylor Robinson coming up to make the tackle. Catch made over there by number 30, Ty Simhauser. Short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short. So 3rd and 3 for Rockhurst. Ball's marked at the 23. Elijah Robinson checks back in on that defensive line for CBC. Green under center. Fakes a handoff. Design rollout to the left. Looking downfield. Can't find anyone. He takes off. He's hit hard at the 20. We'll see if forward progress got him the first down, but he got thumped.
Elijah flushed him out. He had to take off running or he was going to get creamed by Elijah.
I think Luke Carey delivered the hit, but it's going to be 4th and short. What does Rockhurst do here? Timeout. They're going to talk about it with 35 seconds to play here in the first half.
They're wondering the same thing you are. Do we risk
what do we want to do?
Yep.
So
well, Coach has made some good calls so far. That punt that he made.
We'll see.
He's no spring chicken. Rockhurst coach knows what he's doing. Been in this situation a number of times.
We go through the replay here on the play to the tight end. The ball was caught there by Sykes, but look, his knee never went down. There it was. He got that foot down, that toe down before the knee went down. Very, very good play.
Everybody thought he was going down, but he didn't.
So here we go.
35 seconds. This is fun.
35.
That's what this is.
It sure is, and Rockhurst is going to go for it. 35 seconds to go until halftime. Stick around for halftime. We've got a great video to show you. So don't go anywhere at halftime. Wait till the video's over and then go grab your snacks. How about that? 4th and 1. Oh, they're going to try to draw CBC offsides here.
Another timeout?
Yep, timeout called by Rockhurst. So
set up for the field goal, maybe?
Yep, they tried to draw CBC offsides. That was the plan. And it didn't work.
Not going to let that happen.
So it'll be 4th and 1 now. Hey, remember, we're in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. Folks, you missed it. The reflexes of athletic director Rocky Streb are impressive. Piece of paper flies off the counter, and in midair, Rocky snags it. Like a frog in his tongue grabbing a fly.
I thought it was a donut. I didn't want to let it get away.
Well, if I thought it was a donut, I would have caught it myself. All right, now it looks like they will go for it. 4th and 1. 35 seconds to play at the 21-yard line. Long-time Rockhurst coach Tony Severino is going to go for it here. Quarterback sneak, Green. He'll have the first.
The pile.
Oh, the ball popped free.
The ball. We got
it's
the
picked
ball.
up by Linnell Boyd Jr. You got to be kidding me. He's going to take it to the house. CBC on the board at halftime. Green is standing back at the 20-yard line. He thought the play was over. But no whistle. Linnell Boyd Jr. always in the right place at the right time.
We talked about his nose for the ball. Maybe that got stuck in his face mask. I don't know, but somehow he comes out with the ball.
Green runs back to the sideline with his hands in the air like, how's that play not dead?
That was remarkably similar to the beneficial play they had where the guy wasn't quite down.
Right. Maybe we'll get a chance to check out the replay. If not, you saw it live. I mean, wow, the ball pops free. Linnell Boyd Jr. scoops it up and goes about 80 yards for the touchdown. Holy cow.
All with 35 seconds left to go.
Snap back, ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. And the CBC Cadets here with 20 seconds until halftime take a 7-0 lead. Whoa, wow.
That is a stunning turn of events.
I mean, Rockhurst controlling the ball, driving down the field, trying to put points on the board until halftime, and then in the pile, the ball pops free.
I saw the pile going forward, and then I saw guys scrumming or grappling behind it, so that must have been what was going on. They were going for the ball. Linnell, I don't know how. He's not the biggest guy out there. How does he come up with the ball? But he does.
That's his 4th defensive touchdown this year. 2 fumble recoveries and 2 interceptions.
Not going to be the last.
Return for touchdowns, Linnell Boyd Jr. So CBC now will kick off the TJ's Pizza kickoff. Wow, a stunning turn of events here at the end of the first half.
Second half, we start with the ball again. So if we can go into halftime with the 7-0 lead, we're kind of off to, we got to control.
Angrisano back deep. Also McCandless for Rockhurst. Dylan McGraw will kick off. The TJ's Pizza kickoff. Now available in concession stands at CBC home games at TJ's Pizza. I've seen a lot of people enjoying that pizza over at
Saturday
CBC.
morning soccer games. I love the breakfast pizza. It's good stuff.
There's nothing wrong with breakfast pizza. Dylan McGraw will do the kicking here. Short kick. Fielded at the 21. It's dropped. Ball is loose. Who has it? CBC thinks they have it. We'll see. The officials looking. The ball was muffed.
A lot of hands pointing in our direction. They're all wearing our jerseys, though.
Angrisano came up and muffed it at the 21. The ball bounced around and a pileup ensued. The Cadets are sure they have it over on the sideline. Let's see.
Yep.
They're jumping around. I have not seen an official make the determination yet. Did he?
Nobody in stripes has told us. Yep, first down.
First
for
down,
Rockhurst.
Rockhurst.
Yep.
Yeah, the CBC bench started to celebrate, and I hadn't seen an official make the play. Here comes the kickoff again. As you see, it bounces off Angrisano. He tried to stop. He was sprinting towards the ball, and then when that ball gets in the pile, you just never know who's going to come up with it. So, wow, that was dangerously the third turnover of the half there by Rockhurst, but luckily somebody in a blue jersey fell on top of it. Luckily for them.
Well, they've turned the ball over twice, and it's come to fruition for us, 7 points.
So first down and 10 for Rockhurst. Let's see what they want to do here with 14 seconds to play. They're going to throw it. Green steps up. He's pressured, and down he goes. Elijah Robinson with the sack. Boy, it is hard to imagine that a guy who's been playing offense all year, they put him in on the defensive line last week, and it's like a light bulb goes off.
He's the kid. What position you play? I play football.
Exactly.
I play football.
That's Rocky Streb. My name's Randy Molman. You're watching the Cadets today on the Cadet Student Network. We're live in Kansas City for the CBC game here versus Rockhurst. The Cadets go into halftime with a 7-0 lead. And before you go grab your snacks, everybody, I want you to stick around and watch this video. Tomorrow, our community will dedicate the brand new Blessed Mother Grotto that has been constructed on the north end of CBC's campus. Our CSN team spoke with members of the project planning committee to learn more about this special effort.
Well, first off, this thing started as a dream probably 15 years ago. We resurrected this probably about a year ago, drew this committee together, Sam, Nick, Chris, Brother Paul, Joe now, and we've been meeting maybe, 8 months or something like that for it, and it's a wonderful piece of art that the gentleman did it. It's all mason, it's all stone, it's just beautiful. It's going to be a wonderful place for Mary. CBC is a faith-based community, and it's based on tradition. To me, the grotto is part of that faith and tradition to bring the past, present, and the future together. St. John Baptist in LaSalle had a devotion to the Blessed Mother, which a lot of people may not be aware of that. And with that connection to him and her, there used to be a grotto. I shouldn't say a grotto, it should be a statue of the Blessed Mother at CBC. It was a little statue like in a little alcove there. And I asked Brother Larry at the time, and obviously asking Michael Jordan if they're going to put any kind of devotion or shrine or grotto at CBC. He said, yeah. I said, we need to talk about that. We picked a hill there on the hillside there We thought that would be an appropriate place because the team would be able to access the grotto, say a prayer before the game, after the game, so it was very appropriate. And anyone that's visiting the games, it'd be nice for them to just walk up the hill if they want to, say a prayer in honor of the Blessed Mother. All along, what we've sat down to try to accomplish is something that everybody can enjoy.
Well, first off, this thing started as a dream probably 15 years ago. We resurrected this probably about a year ago, drew this committee together, Sam, Nick, Chris, Brother Paul, Joe now, and we've been meeting maybe, I don't know, what is it, 8 months or something like that for it, and it's a wonderful piece of art that the gentleman that did it. It's all mason, it's all stone, it's just beautiful. It's going to be a wonderful place for Mary.
CBC is a faith-based community, and it's based on tradition. To me, the grotto is part of that faith and tradition to bring the past, present, and the future together.
St. John Baptist of LaSalle had a devotion to the Blessed Mother, which a lot of people may not be aware of that. And with that connection to him and her, there used to be a grotto. I shouldn't say a grotto, it should be a statue of the Blessed Mother at CBC. It was a little statue like in a little alcove there. And I asked Brother Larry at the time, and then obviously asking Michael Jordan if they're going to put any kind of devotion or shrine or grotto at CBC. He said, yeah. I said, we need to talk about that. We picked a hill there on the hillside there. We thought that would be an appropriate place because the team would be able to access the grotto, say a prayer before the game, after the game, so it was very appropriate. And anyone that's visiting the games, it'd be nice for them to just walk up the hill if they want to, say a prayer in honor of the Blessed Mother.
All along, what we've sat down to try to accomplish is something that everybody can enjoy. A place where they can go, a holy space. I will feel so great the first time I drive by there and see just one person sitting there, okay? Not a whole class, but just one person. Sure, the classes will come, the groups of people will come, but when you see one person see that grotto and say, I need to spend time there, I think it's going to be neat. I think it'd be huge.
If you play sports or whatever, normally we would go to the grotto before a game and after a game. And back then when you were young, you just do it, kind of go through the motion, this and that. But as you grow older, you will remember what you did, and then every time you see that, it's going to grow on you and remind you of where you came from.
Every Friday night when we had a home game, first thing we did prior to the game was went to the grotto, say a prayer for safety, prayer for no injuries, and prayer that we would play well.
To me, it personally, having gone to CBC and continuing the legacy of our Catholic faith, having a grotto honoring Our Lady kind of sets us apart. It makes people who come to CBCC say, hey, this is a Catholic school built on the Lasallian tradition. And we hope that it becomes a place of worship and a place where students and parents and anybody who visits the school can stop by and spend a few moments and just reflect.
It's a special place because not only is it about faith, but it's about family and community coming together. And it's just really a fond memory for me.
Let State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo protect what matters most to you. Whether it's auto, home, renters, business, or life insurance, for more than 25 years, Tim and his team have helped their clients manage risk and realize their dreams. Tim is a member of the CBC Alumni Hall of Fame and is a presenting sponsor of the Cadet Student Network. He prides himself on serving and protecting our CBC community, and he can protect you too. Give him a call at 314-842-4442 to see how Tim can save you money on your insurance. That's right, Tim Kylo can save you money. Learn more online anytime at timkylo.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rockhurst High School. You're watching on the Cadet Student Network, the CBC Cadets and the Rockhurst Hawklets. It's a 7-0 CBC lead as we get ready to start the second half. Wanted to take a minute to apologize real quick to the viewers for the technical difficulties we had on the video. We did get to play the video in its entirety. We hope you enjoyed it as our community is dedicating the brand new Blessed Mother Grotto that has been constructed on the north end of CBC's campus. And of course, we spoke with members of the project planning committee, learned more about that special effort. We had a little glitch there at the beginning of that video, but we did end up getting to play it in its entirety. So hope you enjoyed that. My name's Randy Molman, Rocky Streb, the CBC athletic director alongside, and this game's pretty much gone like we thought it would. 7-0 CBC, but very good defense, and one turnover is really the difference.
Yeah, no surprises. We're seeing what we thought we were going to see. A lot of people enjoying this beautiful evening. I think I'm pretty good at estimating crowds. I think we're at about 2,000. This is a good turnout tonight.
And the Rockhurst student section is raucous. I mean, they are loud, and it's providing a great atmosphere. We had quite a few, a couple hundred CBC fans in the house as well, driving all the way from St. Louis. So here we go. We start the second half. Rockhurst going from your right to your left, and the kick is sort of a mid-range pooch kick over on the sideline. Caught at the 20-yard line. Across the 25 is Buttemeyer. He's still churning his legs, and he gets a couple extra there at the end. The kickoff there by Eric and Grisano. And CBC will start with a 7-0 lead. In case you're just joining us, very tightly contested first half. Both teams had one significant drive into the other's territory, and CBC fell short on offense. So did Rockhurst. However, a fumble return of 80 yards by Linnell Boyd Jr. is the difference, as CBC took a 7-0 lead into halftime.
We're going to be more of the same in the second half. I'm sure of that, Randy.
So CBC starts 1st and 10 at the 27. This is Gabbert. He hands it to Bradford, who busts it up the middle to the 30. Wrapped up there. Gain of about 3 for Brian Bradford. We mentioned it earlier. Bradford comes into this action with 716 yards rushing. And he's averaging 8.6 yards a carry. Just an insane,
ridiculous, yeah.
An insane number right there. Bradford fakes it, gets it to Tyler Walton. Walton to the outside, cuts it upfield. He gets out of bounds across the 40. That'll be a CBC first down.
It's a game of first downs. We just want to keep that going. That pass is essentially a long run, an extended run. And that's what you're going to see, controlling the ball.
And for those plays to be successful, those quick outs, they usually stack receivers on that side, and you have to have a wide receiver willing to block, and all of CBC's receivers are very good blockers.
Spent a lot of time working on it.
Walton, once again, Cam Brown with the block, and Walton gets it 6 yards, right on cue. Cam Brown with a great block right there.
I was going to say that, right on cue. You're talking about receivers blocking downfield, and he demonstrates perfectly how to do that.
He blocked Chris Kastrup out of the play there, and it's a pickup of 6. They call it 7 here on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that. 2nd and 3. Gabbert takes the snap, fakes to Brad. Nope, gives it to Bradford on the stretch play, and he's run down. Nice defensive play there by number 33, Matt O'Keefe, as he runs down Brian Bradford. No gain on the play.
Decent pressure there on the left side of Rockhurst defensive line. One of their players made some penetration and really slowed Bradford up a little bit.
Julian Williams checks in. He's far right, bottom of your screen. Buttemeyer lined up tight on the line of scrimmage at tight end to Gabbert's left. He takes the snap, quick pass, good catch there. Cam Brown makes his man miss inside the 40, out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Cam Brown, great play there. That's the nuance of the receiver position. He's sprinting down the field as if he's going to run a fly pattern, stops his pattern, turns around and makes the catch.
Really hard to cover because he knows what he's doing. The other guy, the defender, does not. And then he's in space, and Cam Brown in space is going to scare you.
Rockhurst did a good job bringing additional help, or else he would have been gone. 1st and 10 at the 37. This is Lotz up the middle inside the 30, and he turns inside the 25. Good first drive here to start the third quarter for CBC.
Nice job up front. Real nice job by the offensive line.
14-yard pickup there. Elijah Robinson will check in for Lotz. Lotz's helmet popped off, so he's going to have to sit out a play. 1st and 10 at the 23. Robinson will get the call. He cuts it upfield. Inside the 20, inside the 15, and we're going to get a flag after the play. Behind the play, actually. A fumble.
They're saying he was down.
There was a fumble at the end, but they're going to say he's down.
No.
Are they not saying he's down?
I thought he was the back judge is pointing at the ground, but there's a flag on the play. That might make everything moot.
The hold was behind the play on number 78. Penalties declined. It is
Okay.
Rockhurst ball.
Yep.
Robinson fumbled at the end of that play, and it was picked up by Kastrup. And Rockhurst with a big turnover, the first turnover of the game for their defense.
That's the first turnover. Whether or not it becomes points for them or not, that's 90 yards to tell. But they definitely stopped us from adding to our score by creating that turnover.
That's now 3 drives in this game, actually, where one of the offenses has been driving down the field, twice by Rockhurst, once by CBC, and a key turnover saves the defense from being scored on. This is McCandless over the left side. He's got room across the 15 to the 16, thrown down there by Luke Carey.
Well, that's right. The best defender so far in this game on both sides has been Dropsies. Dropping that ball.
We had said earlier that in a tightly contested game, the special teams could be the difference, but right now it could be just turnovers.
At this point.
Because the difference in the game right now is a turnover. Fumble return for touchdown by Linnell Boyd Jr. 2nd and 2 at the 17 for Rockhurst. That big offensive front getting ready to block for McCandless. He gets the first down across the 25 to the 26. Tackled there. Coming up to make the stop was Linnell Boyd Jr.
And just like the Cadets started this half off trying to make a statement with the running game, that's what we're seeing in the men in blue, trying to establish a running game right here.
So that'll be 1st and 10 at the 27 after the 10-yard pickup by Brady McCandless. He's rushed for 100 yards 5 times this year, McCandless has. Very talented tailback. In motion is number 87, Sykes. They get it to McCandless again. He's got room across the 35, across the 40, across midfield. The CBC defense runs him down at the 25-yard line. Big gain by Brady McCandless. He was very, very patient, and when he got through the hole, he took off.
That defense, our offensive line on Rockhurst just caved us in. I don't know if we have a replay, but they just bent us in.
Big play there for the Hawklets.
Yeah,
trying to
right
convert on the turnover. Inside the 25, ball is marked at the CBC 24. 3rd quarter action. Cadets 7, Hawklets nothing. Green will get under center. Offset eye. Sykes in motion. That usually means a run to the left side, and there it is. Inside the 20, inside the 15, out of bounds at the 13. That time with the carry, it was Michael Johnson, number 26.
I don't know why you would do anything else. They're running right behind that lineman, Murphy. He's gigantic.
They have Sykes, the tight end, who comes in motion, 6'4", 257. They've got him over there with the big tackle, Jack Murphy, at 6'9". And that left side of the offensive line is doing some serious work for Rockhurst right now.
They don't put the man in motion. You've got essentially an unbalanced line. That guy going in motion is a lineman-sized guy. They're essentially running unbalanced at you.
Folks, we are in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. And if you're a fan of CSN, you definitely have heard us mention State Farm agent Tim Kylo. Let's give Tim give him some accolades right now, because he can help save you money on your insurance. You're talking home, life, boat, anything that can be insured. Tim is your guy. Just ask CBC Communications Director Patrick Walsh. Patrick Walsh saved $1,100 last year when he switched his insurance to Tim Kylo. Tim's our guy. He can be your guy too. Give him a call, 314-842-4442. or shoot him an email, tim@timkilo, KILO.com. The injured CBC player, I haven't really gotten the number yet.
Number 45.
That is Jabari Madison, the defensive lineman who was down injured. He seems to be okay. He walks off under his own power.
Well, he's one of the guys they're running right at, bringing all that horsepower. And Jabari's no slouch. He's a big fella himself. They're just overloading us on that side of the ball.
He seems okay, and it's a good time to mention our friends at Mercy Sports Medicine for continuing to take care of our student athletes. Mercy is ranked as a top-tier Catholic health system nationally and offers the highest quality health care for students and families. We know that firsthand at CBC. Athletic trainer Kristen Jeans, the athletic trainer, and the team at Mercy take great care of our young men. To learn more, visit mercy.net. Sykes again back in motion to the left side of the formation, and that's where they're going to run. This time Luke Carey runs down McCandless, but it takes a couple of CBC defenders like Julian Beach to help bring McCandless to the turf.
Yeah, Luke coming off the backside, really hustling, doing a good job there.
Tempers flaring a little bit on that CBC defense. Gain of 4, but no flag at the end of that play. Number 22 for CBC is Malik Billingsley. He's talking to the official here on the near side, and he did not take kindly to a block that was leveled against him on that last play. Not sure why. I didn't see the block.
Yeah.
I don't know if he went low or what happened, but he was not happy. 2nd and 6 at the 8. Yeah,
Somebody
that's going to be a
moved.
false start. Oh, no. Rockhurst called a timeout before the snap.
Well, we can't hear up here,
No.
so we'll have to take their word for it.
I guess we'll have to agree with the officials there. 7:37 to play here in the third quarter. It's a 7-0 ball game. The CBC Cadets lead Rockhurst, but Rockhurst is driving. They just recovered a fumble inside their own 10-yard line and have been marching downfield ever since. CBC is proud to announce that East Bay is now the official apparel provider of Cadet Athletics. East Bay and Under Armour keep our players and coaches looking good on the field, and they can make you look good too. Keep your eye out for our CBC online team stores or shop anytime at eastbay.com. And you've got a nice East Bay shirt on right now, don't
That's
you?
right. We're both sporting some UA apparel.
I got a little Under Armour, although I noticed I got some dirt on my Under Armour
Yeah,
shirt. I'm going to have to give this a wash when I get
Never wear white. That's my motto. Everything I ate today is going to be showing.
Do you know the last, I think, 4 times I've worn white to work, I've spilled coffee on it. All 4 times.
And any other color, not going to
No,
happen.
don't spill. So Rockhurst, after the timeout, will have it 2nd and 6. This is their deepest drive of the game. They are inside the 10 at the CBC 8. They have been pounding the left side or the CBC right side of their defense.
And here they come again.
Here it comes again. Sykes in motion. Fake this time. Green rolling right. Tillman chasing him. Green keeps it himself. Gets inside the 5. He's going to be close to a first down. So that'll be 3rd and 1.
And they kept hitting you with the left and then switched to the right.
That time trying to draw CBC's defense to the run that's been so successful on this drive, and then taking it the other way. They call it 3rd and 2. They need to get just inside the 3-yard line. The ball spotted at the 4. Same formation. I expect Sykes to come in motion. Here he comes. Green to McCandless, and FaZe Thomas jumped in, avoided the block, and made the play in the backfield. Loss of a yard. What a great play by FaZe Thomas.
FaZe Thomas, 300-pound plus, great feet. Nicest kid you're ever going to want to meet. But he can, when he gets lit up on fire, and when he gets going, he can make a dent, make a push, and that's what he did. He pushed into the backfield and blew that whole thing up.
Looks like the kicker has come onto the field. That's Eric Angrisano, number 34, and he's going to attempt a 21-yard field goal, make it 22. Looks like a 22-yarder.
Not a great
4th and
angle.
3. The kick is up, And it is good, and Rockhurst is on the board. The CBC Cadets lead the Rockhurst Hawklets 7-3 with 6:03 to play here in the third quarter. While we have a second, let's take a moment to brag here. We are so proud to say that CBC is stronger than ever. And why do we say that? Well, for example, this past year, 55 of our students earned Missouri Bright Flight honors. 6 more students received recognition from the prestigious National Merit Scholarship Program. And when all was said and done, our young men earned more than 2,600 hours of college credit right here at CBC. This past April, CBC earned full accreditation for the 90th consecutive year. And we're proud to report that our school received the highest accrediting score ever given by the leader of our review team. That's why we're so proud to say CBC is stronger than ever. Do you have anything to do with that, Rocky?
Unfortunately, I did not get to teach any classes.
No teaching.
No, I'm too busy being the athletic director.
But that is, so you are a part of it.
I am
certainly a part of it.
Certainly a part of the whole thing, but
I can't imagine the difficulties, not difficulties, but the amount of work that's put in by you athletic directors is unbelievable.
It's a labor of love.
It really is. It's got to be.
But our faculty, dedicated, what a great group of teachers. You know, I sent my own son, went to CBC.
Right.
And graduated from there in 2013. And I've been in education for 35 years, and I've never had the opportunity to work with a more dedicated, more capable faculty, without a doubt.
So CBC starts first and 10 at the 30. All the points here tonight coming off turnover. CBC 7 points were on a fumble recovery, return for touchdown by Linnell Boyd Jr. And the Hawklets forced a fumble inside their own 10-yard line and then marched down the field and kicked a field goal. Quick pass to the outside. That'll be a first down for CBC. Good play, Cam Brown, and a good block by Tyler Walton to spring Brown down the sideline.
Coaches spend a lot of time in practice working on blocking techniques for the receivers downfield, and you've alluded to it a couple times, Randy, and it really is making a difference. Makes that 3 or 4 yard quick hitter into a 13-yard play.
First down and 10 now. Ball spotted at the 42. Gabbert takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back, looks downfield. He's going to go deep. Looking for Cameron Brown, who comes back to the ball. It's incomplete. Good defensive play there by Rockhurst. He was running stride for stride with Brown. Brown was a step behind him, but the ball was a tad underthrown.
Just a little bit, again, similar to a pass we saw in the first quarter. Cameron never got the chance to make that separation because he had to wait for that ball to catch up just a smidge. And with good coverage, which that kid had, if you can't get an opportunity to get space, it's not going to help.
Chris Kastrup was on the coverage. We've called his name a lot tonight for Rockhurst. Bradford is bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. Good play there, coming in to make the stop. Number 56, that's Sawyer Crawford. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
I feel we might be seeing a Buttermeyer moment. This is a time where Carson Buttermeyer gets brought into the game plan.
He has 1 catch here tonight. Bradford steps up and fires, knocked away. A diving defensive play right there by Harry O'Neill. Really nice play for Rockhurst.
Yeah, Rockhurst defense stepped up this series. They're felt the momentum of getting the points on the board finally. Defense wants to have something to say. They made some big plays.
So 4th down and 10. Gabbert will do the punting, I think, if I'm seeing that number correctly. Or that might be McGraw. McGraw is into punt. He lines up at his 27. Krizek, and that ball is partially blocked. It's going to land at midfield, and it'll be downed by CBC. Great field position by Rockhurst. So now 2 straight possessions. Rockhurst forces a fumble. They now get a blocked punt, and they have great field position at the CBC 43.
Things swinging in the favor of Rockhurst now. Somebody from CBC's got to step up and make a play.
One of the things we really haven't mentioned is Rockhurst has held the CBC high-powered offense scoreless in this game.
Yeah, there's been a big play, a couple of nice runs that broke free, but they're covering very well.
Official timeout here on the field. An errant football. That's what they stopped it
Yeah,
for.
they had to change out our ball for their ball. Got dropped.
An extra football mishap. And now they're...
Or there's a chain problem. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Making repairs.
So Rockhurst starts with it at the CBC 43.
Which is essentially where we snapped the ball from. That was a no gain on a punt. Not what you want to have.
7-3 CBC, 5:01 to play, third quarter. Cadet defense right back on the field here. Green with the pitch, this time to the right side. It's McCandless up, cuts it upfield across the 40, inside the 35, and he carried a host of tacklers.
I think it's going to be a penalty against Rockhurst. Kid trying to block Anthony Tillman. It looked to me that Anthony made an inside move and that he was blocked in the back.
So the
They're waving it
they're
off.
picking it up. The officials are going to pick up the flag. You don't see that very often. So a pickup of 8, and it'll be 2nd and 2. Ball spotted at the CBC 35-yard line. You know, for all intents and purposes, in Class 6, these two teams may meet again down the road.
Would be in, let me think about this one for a minute. Yes, the way the sectional matchups are, it would be in the finals.
Two of the best programs in the state of Missouri going at it here tonight. Under 4:30 to play now, third quarter. Left side pitch to McCandless, looking for room. Coming up to make a good play was Luke Carey, also Jaden Brown in on the stop.
Now, Tillman had changed sides. He was on the left side last time. He's on the right side. Turned that in. Did a good job there turning the play in. Linebacker filling. I'm not sure if they got the first down or not, but that was a good play. We'll take that.
They're going to give him a first down, though, after the tackle. So it was 2nd and 2. He picked up just over 2 yards. So the ball is at the 33-yard line and a first down for Rockhurst. Rockhurst has owned time of possession here over the last, say, 8 minutes. Not even that long. Over the last 6 minutes. That ball's intercepted. The ball was tipped and intercepted. Linnell Boyd Jr. once again. CBC takes over. Huge turnover. The ball glanced off the receiver, and guess who is in the right place at the right time?
I'm telling you, he's got a nose for the ball. He's the magic man, Linnell Boyd.
You know, when you say in the right place at the right time, it's kind of insinuating that it's by accident, but it's not by accident.
No,
Linnell Boyd Jr. is in the right place at the right time because he's a great player. There it is, right off his hands, glanced right into Linnell Boyd Jr.'s breadbasket, right there.
He's going to make the play one way or the other. He's ready to go.
1st and 10 at the 33. Gabbert, quick throw to the outside, caught by Brown. Brown with a stiff arm. He'll have the first down across the 45 to the 46.
You had Rockhurst feeling good. They scored some points, put with a field goal, stopped us, got the ball back.
Got a block punt.
Yeah,
and
things are going really well for him.
And then CBC's defense comes up huge.
And again, it's Linnell Boyd.
1st and 10, ball's at the 44. Fake to Bradford. He's going to go deep to Brown. He's got him open. Cam Brown for the touchdown. Cameron Brown, 56 yards, and there's a flag on the play. The question will be is if it's on the defender trying to trip Cam Brown up or if Cam pushed off.
It's in the secondary.
Defensive holding.
Okay.
Penalty is declined, and CBC with a big play takes the lead, 56-yard touchdown.
He was so open, so open.
The defender fell down, and that's where they threw the flag. I think when he was going down, he tried to grab onto Cam Brown, and that's where they called the defensive hold. So CBC takes a 13-3 lead pending the extra point. Hunter Varley will hold for Dylan McGraw. And the CBC Cadets strike Snap back, ball down. The kick is up, and it is good. And CBC leads 14-3. Wow, big play right there, Rocky.
Wow, it really was. Really was. You're Cam Brown. You're wide open. You know this ball's floating right at you. Imagine what's going through your mind.
It's got to look like a beach ball.
Oh, my God. And you're like, oh, I better not drop this. A lot of pressure. A lot of people watching. Nice job, Cam Brown.
CBC takes a 14-3 lead, and again, they score it after the turnover. So every point tonight has been scored off of a turnover.
And opportunities to add to your lead for both teams have been thwarted by turnovers.
Yes.
That's the story tonight.
Eric Angrazano and Brady McCandless are deep for Rockhurst. Dylan McGraw will kick off the TJ's Pizza kickoff. Brought to you by TJ's Pizza, of course. Now available in the concession stands at CBC home games. 3:37 to play, third quarter. We'll see if Rockhurst decides to open it up or if they will continue with the same game plan.
Well, you're down by 2 scores.
Yeah. Plenty of time left, though.
Yeah.
McGraw, the ball falls off the tee, so he'll have to kick. He'll have to set it back
There is no
up.
wind blowing. I don't know how that happened.
So McGraw will get set to kick it again. Here we go. Good deep kick. That's going to sail into the end zone. Rockhurst will start at the 20.
That's 2 times McGraw's hit the ball into the end zone, and that is huge. Keeping the other team, best they got for a start is the 20-yard line. Great job tonight, Dylan McGraw.
So Rockhurst begins at the 20. First down and 10 with 3:37 to play, third quarter. 14-3, the Cadets lead. They've held this Rockhurst offense to just 3 points, and Rockhurst defense doing a great job. They've only given up 7 themselves. Tillman came into the backfield to lead the charge, and Julian Beach helped finish it off. McCandless, loss of 1.
Backside pressure lately is looking really good. You know, we can't match up with them size for size on the line, but we're getting heat off the backside, and that's really making a difference right now.
And the good thing is for the Cadets, they feel like they can cover these receivers one-on-one. So if you can get those linebackers and safeties behind the running, kind of almost like a run blitz, you can trust your corners to cover their receivers.
Our secondary is top quality. There's not too many high schools that can put 4 kids out there like them.
So second and 10, Allen will roll to his right slightly, fires, incomplete. Intended for number 15, Chris Kastrup. The ball was a little low. Ty Walton on the coverage. That'll make it third and 10 now from the 20. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
So Rockhurst moving a little bit out of their comfort zone right now. They're having to, at least they appear to feel like they have to throw the ball. That's not what they're good at.
No, Rockhurst is a team that loves to play with the lead. That's where they dominate. And
you might see quarterback Green break one, try to run an option or something.
Steps up. Now he's going to, nope, steps up and throws behind the receiver. Intended for the big tight end, Jacob Sykes, incomplete. Good coverage, Jaden Brown. And that'll force Rockhurst to punt. The only thing I will say is a couple of weeks ago when Rockhurst played Blue Springs, they were down 21-0 and came back in that game and almost came back to tie late. They lost 21-14.
Oh, we absolutely don't want to get complacent, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Lining up in punt formation now is number 86. That's Harry O'Neill. Deep for the Cadets is Tyler Walton. He stands at his 42. Here's the snap. And the rugby-style punt is a line drive kick that takes a Rockford hop and bounce, and it'll roll inside the 40 before it rolls dead and is downed by number 27, Damon Ross, at the 38-yard line.
I'll take that field position.
Absolutely.
We haven't had that good a field position going tonight, really.
Now's a good time to remind you, if you know a grade school student who might be a future cadet, please encourage them to pay us a visit and experience CBC for himself. Find our admissions team online at cbchs.org/experiencecbc. Every 8th grader should schedule his official visit to CBC today. Spend a day with us and experience what CBC is all about. 1st and 10 at the 38. Tyler Walton comes in motion for the Cadets. Gabbert will give it to Bradford, who's got room across the 50, 45-40, 35-30, down the sideline. He's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Cadets. 62 yards, Brian Bradford. Back-to-back huge plays by CBC.
Yeah, you put the stop to them, you get the ball back, and you score on the very first play. Right guard pulled, opened up a huge hole. I think I would have had a chance to get positive yardage on that play.
Not me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm too slow.
I think you could have.
You think? I think you could have.
Positive yardage.
So if I could get a yard?
That's what I'm thinking.
Hunter,
nice job by the right guard on that.
Hunter Varley will do the holding for Dylan McGraw. And the Cadets have now opened up a big lead, trying to make it 21-3 right here. Snap back, ball down. The kick is up, and it is good. And the CBC Cadets now lead 21-3. The first points of the game tonight scored not after a turnover. This one was after a punt. And hand it to the CBC defense. We've been talking about it all year, how much better they've gotten all year. Look at this run by Bradford. He bursts up the middle, and as soon as he gets in the secondary, he's in full speed, and they aren't going to catch him.
All he needs is a little sliver of light, which he got. That O-line, like I said, the right guard pulled, trapped, and once Bradford's past the line of scrimmage and it's a foot race, he's going to win.
His 11th rushing touchdown of the year. He has 12 total. And the CBC Cadets lead. What I was going to say, Rocky, was the defense we've talked about getting better and better every year, and so far only allowing 3 points tonight to the number 8 team in the state of Missouri.
If you can hold the team, a team that you're playing, to under 10 points, you've got to believe our offense can score that much. We've got the weapons.
Over the last 5 games, CBC has held 2 teams under 10 and all 5 under 20. And with this offense, that's a recipe for W's. So 2:23 to play, third quarter, and the game has turned on an ear. The Cadets lead 21-3. Rockhurst had some momentum going, recovering a fumble, converting that into a field goal, and then blocking a punt. And CBC was able to get an interception and then a big touchdown from Gabbert to Brown for 56. And then the next offensive play after a hold on defense was a 62-yard touchdown.
Great coverage on that kickoff. The Hawklets are starting inside their own 20. Dylan's been kicking the ball in the end zone up to this point. That was a design, not a pooch kick, but a high kick to eliminate opportunity for return. It pays off.
So at the 18-yard line, here's Rockhurst now, trailing 21-3. McCandless over the left side looking for room. He's hit there. He gets to the 20, making the first hit, coming up to make the play. Looked like number 28, Taylor Robinson. It was. And it'll be Madison finished it off, but Robinson delivered the first blow. 2nd and 8, under 2 to play, third quarter.
Sparry went off hurt a little while ago, but he's back in there now. That's good because he's going to be missed if he's not playing.
So now it's 2nd and 8 at the 20. Tight end comes in motion for Rockhurst. Counter up the middle.
Smelled that out nice.
Yeah, looked like it was an odd exchange there to McCandless. I thought maybe he bobbled it right when he got it, but CBC was there to wrap him up.
We've seen that a few times.
Shirts.
So we're not getting fooled by that one.
So that makes it 3rd and long for Rockhurst now. And you have to believe at some point they're going to have to start throwing the football. Approaching a minute to play third quarter. They're down 21-3.
And here they go.
Green fires over the middle. It's caught. That'll be a first down. McCandless out of the backfield makes the catch. Luke Carrion on the stop for the Cadets, but that gives Rockhurst a first down at the 32.
I felt like earlier in the game they ran the option maybe only a couple times, but it was effective for them. They have not come back to that yet. Perhaps they will. If you got a quarterback that can run, you might as well use him.
Kastrup brings the play in. He enters the game at wide receiver for Rockhurst. He's at the bottom of your screen there. Green takes the snap, looks like a little bubble to the tight end. Sykes across the 35, across the 40, and a big stiff arm out of bounds before Cam Brown threw him out, and Cam Brown's going to get a penalty for that. He was out of bounds when Cam Brown demonstratively threw him out, and had he not been so demonstrative about it, I don't think they would have called it.
Nobody would have noticed.
Right. That's going to be a personal foul, I believe, on Cam Brown.
Yeah, they're moving the ball. We don't need to help them.
We talk about Rockbridge's size on the offensive line. They're tight ends. 87 Sykes, 6'4", 260. Harry O'Neill, 6'4", 210. Yep, personal foul on CBC. And that's to go along with their huge bookend tackles. Number 77, Danielson Ike, 6'6", 315. That's their right tackle. And number 70, Jack Murphy, the left tackle, 6'9", 270.
Which, with that kind of beef up front, that's why you're a running team. But now you're essentially in the fourth quarter. You need some points. So is that running game going to be what you go to at this point?
So that'll be a 15-yard personal foul penalty. That's going to bring it all the way down. Oh. Wow, he's still walking. All the way down to the 25?
I haven't seen a penalty that far since last year's East St. Louis game, where it was like a 40-yard penalty.
Oh, 2 penalties.
Yeah.
2 personal foul penalties called on CBC. So that's a 30-yard penalty after all said and done. Wow. Holy cow. That's 1st and 10 now at the CBC 25.
Well, let's not beat ourselves. Get it straight.
So Rockhurst in good shape here. They're losing on the scoreboard 21-3, but they're in good field position right now at the 25 of the Cadets. The Cadets defense so far has kept the Hawklets out of the end zone. Green fakes left. Now he's going to run, but not before he's ripped down. And who is it? Julian Beach comes in to make the play.
Great grip, strength, whatever you want to call it.
I mean,
he had one hand. He
with
made that
one hand, he ripped down a 6'4" quarterback.
And Julian's a wrestler, so he's got that kind of strength and can make that arm tackle work for him.
If anyone knows wrestling, I know it's you.
I've seen it before. I've heard about it.
So a loss of 6, that will end the third quarter. We head to the fourth quarter. The CBC Cadets lead the Rockhurst Hawklets by a score of 21-3. Folks, Christmas is coming. Can you believe it? We get here and it's almost 80 degrees, yet Christmas is, 2 months away, 2.5 months away?
Yeah, not even cold yet.
What that means, though, is we're getting ready for the annual CBC auction. Mark your calendars and join us Saturday, December 2nd for an evening of fun with the entire CBC family. Invitations will be mailed out soon. We hope you will make plans to celebrate with us. For more information or make a donation, call Linda Knoll, 314-985-6094.
It's always a good time, the auction.
Do you get all dressed up?
I actually help. I'm a volunteer, so I've done various activities, but it's really cool to see all the alums come back and current parents. I think a lot of parents are really actively involved with it, but it's fun. It's good to see people that you haven't necessarily seen for a while.
Right, and it's a good gathering, especially with families all across the St. Louis metro area. It's good for all these parents to get together.
I think for some people that's the one time a year they get to see each other.
Yeah.
And you got that festive spirit going on where it's about Christmas time.
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving just got over with. Everybody's feeling like seeing people.
So Rockhurst will start here at the 31 of CBC. Green takes a snap, rolls left, looking, now rolls right. CBC pressures. Luke Carey chasing him down, and ankle tackle over on the sideline.
Now that's that pressure that Coach Northern was talking about. If we can get pressure on the quarterback, we can control them, and that's what they're doing now.
And with Rockhurst having to probably throw more here in the fourth quarter out of their comfort zone, this is CBC's defense's comfort zone here,
Yeah.
putting pressure on the quarterback.
We're in our sweet spot, and they're not.
So 3rd and 10, a pickup of 6 there by Green as he scrambled out of the pocket. 11:52 to play in this one. Little confusion in the Rockhurst backfield. They now get in the correct formation. Green fakes the handoff, looks downfield. Here comes the pressure on the outside, and he's sacked back at the 33-yard line. And CBC with a big sack there on 3rd and 10.
He had nobody to throw the ball to. It looked like he only had 3 receivers that were out there, and all 3 of them were covered. Let a flag on the play. Probably a hold, don't you think?
I don't know. We'll see.
No flag.
Yeah, no flag. It doesn't
Okay,
look like they're
good.
calling anything here. That makes it 4th and 18, and it looks like Rockhurst is going to go for it. 4th down and 18. They trail CBC 21-3. Green sets up, looking. Here comes the pressure. He avoids one man. Now he's looking. He's grabbed by the jersey and ripped down at the 40-yard line.
Cadets defense has really answered the call big time right there.
When they can pin their ears back, it's tough for that offense.
That was 3 consecutive plays of negative yardage.
CBC takes over on downs at the 40, and they're going to look to put this thing away. A 21-3 lead with 10:55 to go, fourth quarter. I do not expect Coach Pingle to casually try to run this clock out. He's going to put more points on the board if he can.
Best way to win is score more points.
So on the 40, 1st and 10 Cadets. Their last 2 offensive series, a 56-yard touchdown, Gabbert to Cameron Brown, and then a 62-yard touchdown run by Brian Bradford. Gabbert gives it to Lotz, who runs it right up his right guard. And look at that offensive line driving the defense down the field. Great blocking up front.
Chewing up time, gaining yards.
Every offensive lineman won their battle on that play.
They did. And you don't have to win it by much, just a few steps.
2nd and 4. Gabbert again to Lotz. Dives forward. He's close to a first down. It'll be just shy, 3rd and inches.
But it's close, isn't it?
Need half a yard to get across midfield. Brian Bradford checks back in for the Cadets. He gets it. First down across the 45. Spin move at the 40. And if he didn't run into his own man blocking downfield, he may have been gone.
And his own man was blocking downfield.
Yes. That was Budemeyer with a key block. That's a 15-yard pickup for Bradford. Boy,
notice the Cadets don't get off the game plan, still with the hurry up, get set, move the ball. It's what we do, whatever the score is.
Gabbert claps for the ball. He gets it. Hands it to Bradford up the middle. Picks his way across the 30 to the 28. He is always moving forward. That's that old cliche that he runs downhill, but it really is true with Brian Bradford.
Yeah, and he'll take you with you. You try to tackle him, you're going with him.
The exciting part is he's just a junior.
I know.
He'll be back next year.
There's a lot of good juniors out there tonight.
Brett Gabbert, Brian Bradford. 2nd and 4. There's the fake. Throw to Julian Williams, who came across on the slant after the fake handoff, and he makes the catch.
Speaking of good juniors, there's another one.
playing more and more at the wide receiver position, just trying to get his athletic talent on the field.
Yeah, he's a quarterback,
Yep.
but converted.
Penalty flag there.
Julian's become a football player. What position do you play?
CBC has
Football.
a lot of those.
Yeah, a lot of football players. Well, guys that are willing to fill in the role, help the team, whatever it takes.
Budemeyer, a former quarterback, succeeding at tight end. Williams playing wide receiver. There's a false start call there on CBC. You've got offensive linemen who've played on the defensive line tonight. You've got a running back in Elijah Robinson who's been playing defensive end. Linnell Boyd Jr. sometimes plays wide receiver. He's a safety. You have a lot of guys who can contribute in multiple ways on both sides of the ball. 1st and 15 at the 27. There's a fake, and Budemeyer's wide open. Inside the 15, drags a defender to the 12.
But we knew we were going to see him soon.
And we may see him again. CBC's in the red zone here, and he has been quite a red zone target this year. 4 touchdowns. Out of his 13 catches coming in, 4 of them were touchdowns.
He's that intermediate range receiver that Brett looks for. He's reliable to get open, at least enough that Brett can put the ball in his hands, and it's good.
Spread formation here for the Cadets. Bradford, the lone tailback. Gabbert, quick pass. Tyler Walton, Cam Brown with the block. Walton beats his man, and he stumbled to about the 5.
Yeah, I think that was Julian on the block down.
Oh, was it? It was Julian Williams.
Yeah,
a quarterback making a great block.
And he does. I mean, he takes it serious what he needs to be doing.
1st and goal at the 4 for CBC. Bradford on the read option, walks in, touchdown, CBC. There was a pileup in there, and they were trying to tackle, but they were tackling air. Brian Bradford bounced into the end zone for a touchdown.
Brett really didn't let off who had the ball,
right.
And Bradford did a great job not showing that he had the ball, and heck, I didn't know where the thing was.
So Dylan McGraw on to attempt the extra point, trying to make this a 28-3 score with under 8 minutes to play. Varley holding. Snap back ball down. The kick is up. It is good. And CBC now with 7:54 to play in the 4th quarter. They lead 28-3. Fans, we want to remind you that CSN is more than just athletics. We will once again be delivering theater performances, academic events, and other school activities right here at cbccsn.com. Be sure to log on all school year to check us out. From the classroom to the court, from the field to the stage. If it's happening at CBC, you'll find it on CSN. Here's the replay of the touchdown. Brett Gabbert held it to the last possible second. Bradford bounced to the outside and just walked in.
If I could talk about next week real quick,
yes.
Randy, of course, if things don't change dramatically, we'll maintain that number 1 6A rating. We'll be playing against the number 1 and 5A probably is Vianney. So this should be a big game. We're going to be pre-selling some tickets. So fans out there listening to the webcast know that you'll be able to buy your ticket ahead of time, so you don't have to wait in any kind of long lines come Friday night. I will be tweeting out when I'm going to actually do that, and we'll post it on the website too. The tickets haven't arrived yet, but as soon as they do, I'll start selling them. So check cbccadets.org for information on how to obtain tickets ahead of time for next Friday's game against Vianney.
That's CBC Athletics Director Rocky Streb. My name is Randy Molman. We're bringing you all the action here tonight on the Cadet Student Network in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. McCandless at the 4, across the 15, heads across the 20 to the 24.
Again, great coverage. Rockhurst has not. This is their furthest penetration on a kickoff right here so far. This entire game, they're starting on the 23rd. Anytime we've had a kickoff, it's been advantageous for us. We've been doing a real good job. That's correct.
If CBC wins tonight.
Okay, I know where you're going with this one.
Should
we do it?
Maybe we should wait. Maybe we should be making. You think we're good? You think we're good for it? With 7:46.
Let's see what happens in the series. Yeah. Nobody tune out. We have a special announcement coming.
Yes. That's right. It's called a tease right there by Athletic Director Rocky Streb. There's no gain on the play. The CBC defense, number 51, Keon Willis with the big tackle.
Keon's having a great game. I've been watching him over there, and he's going up against those big boys.
So
he's having a great game. He's holding his own.
He really is. 2nd and 10 at the 24, and the CBC Cadet defense is just pinning their ears back, and they are coming after Rockhurst now. Rockhurst has to throw the ball. Down 28-3. That is not, from what we have learned, that is not the Hawklets' comfort zone. New quarterback in the game. Fires over the middle, caught by Sykes. Luke Carey and Linnell Boyd Jr. bring him down, but that's a first down. The new quarterback is Luke Boehm, the junior quarterback who's in the game now for Rockhurst.
He hits that giant tight end. That's like hitting the side of a barn. That kid is big. Is that Sykes?
Yeah, Sykes. That's
yeah,
6'4",
Sykes.
260. Yikes for Sykes.
Whew.
That's a train. 1st and 10 at the 42 for Rockhurst. Offset eye for Luke Boehm, who has checked in at quarterback, the junior. Fakes the handoff, rolls right, looking downfield on the run, throws. Good throw. That was a good ball to the receiver who dropped it, and it didn't help that as he was trying to gather it in, Linnell Boyd Jr. just drills him.
Linnell, again, nose for the ball. How many times am I going to have to say this? He's there to make the play. He's forcing the quarterback to make a perfect throw, forcing the receiver to make a great catch, and if he doesn't, he separates him from the ball. Linnell Boyd is just a great high school football player. He's doing a great job tonight. All year.
Got to be one of the most dynamic. That's a penalty on CBC there, personal foul. It's got to be one of the most dynamic defensive players in the state of Missouri right now, Linnell Boyd Jr.
He really is. He's bleeding us, up there in stats for whatever that matters, but he's really a leader in this
Second
on his team.
Second on the team in tackles. Now 2 fumble recoveries, 5 interceptions, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's absolutely taking over a leadership role for the defense.
Boehm hands it off up the middle, across the 40, into CBC territory. Tackled there at the 38 by Robinson. That was running back number 26, Michael Johnson, the junior, has checked in.
And Rockhurst can move the ball on the ground. Nobody's questioning that. They're just bleeding to death with the clock ticking away. Time is not on their side.
28-3, CBC leads. For Rockhurst, this will be their 3rd loss of the year, all 3 to Missouri top 10 Class 6 programs. Here comes Boehm, and he's run down on the blitz. Jaden Brown for his 3rd sack of the year. He is the team leader in tackles. He's been relatively quiet tonight, but a big play there.
Yeah, he got through. I don't know how the kid almost tackled him to try to stop him from getting through. How he didn't get called for holding, but he didn't. I'd rather have the sack anyway.
And this is one of the more enjoyable sights. Elijah Robinson checks in to play defensive line, and he has just been a menace on that defensive line the last 2 weeks. Whenever he comes into the game, he's lined up at left defensive end right now, number 84. 3rd and 14. There's a throw into the flat. It's caught by Kastrup, and he is tackled there. Billingsley was there first. Tillman flew over to the top, and he may have hit Billingsley. I think they are both dinged on that play. Billingsley is still writhing on the ground. I hope he's okay. Takes his helmet off, and he is kicking his legs. That is not a good sign.
Yeah, it looks like upper body.
The good sign is he's kicking his legs. That
Yeah.
means his spine's okay. The bad part is he's kicking his legs because he is hurting right now. And I wonder if it might be a shoulder.
Way Christian's looking at him, it looks like it's arm or shoulder related.
That's not a good sign. And again, you never like to see injuries, especially for these high school kids.
And, class. What a class act. Look who's out there, Rockhurst coaches.
Coach Severino's out there as well.
Yep. It happened by their sideline. They probably have some pertinent information to share with Kristen, our trainer. That's class act right there.
There's a reason this program has been one of the better programs in the state of Missouri. As a matter of fact, they've appeared in the most Missouri State Championship games in history.
I had no idea. I did not know that. Well, Coach Severino's a class act, no doubt about that.
Wikipedia is your friend.
I'm going to guess Hazelwood Central's second.
I didn't check to see who was second.
Who cares? It's second, right?
I was checking to see if CBC was second, but they were not. Rockhurst has appeared in the most state championship games.
State final games are far and few between. You got to enjoy them and relish them every opportunity you get. They're hard to come by.
I believe I'm getting a text here from Communications Director Patrick Walsh. Let's see what he has to say.
Probably trying to tell me to get off the air, I would imagine.
Patrick Walsh says, awesome picture. Love the graphics. Great play-by-play. Fantastic broadcast. And happy birthday to me. It is my birthday today.
Happy 29.
Yeah, I wish. I wish. Yeah, the picture tonight is in HD for the first time. So if you're watching at home, especially if you're watching on a smart TV, man, that's got to look good. I can't wait tomorrow to pull up the archive game and sit back and watch it a little bit and check it out in HD.
Well, if there's not a college game worthwhile while watching, well, I'll definitely do that too. And kudos to the boys, the students running this. They've been so excited about starting to get in the HD camera and run and being able to do that. They've been so excited, and they don't disappoint, do they?
No, they call it the Cadet Student Network for a reason. It's run by the students, the sound, the video, the everything run by the students.
These guys had a missed class today, which I'm sure they're disappointed about that
really
one.
Upset
yeah.
about that.
Got on the bus, traveled all 4 hours or however long it took us to get here. They got all set up. They've been engaged with this all day. We're not going to be back till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I know you brought your blanket and teddy bear, right? You're going to sleep the whole way home?
Oh, yeah, they'll sleep the whole way home. I'd sleep the whole way home.
I brought my blanket and teddy bear.
So Billingsley ends up walking off the field. He's assisted, and that left arm is dangling. So I don't know if that's a shoulder or an elbow. Maybe a stinger up around the top of his shoulder. I don't know. Hopefully he's okay. They're going to shift now. Linnell Boyd Jr. shifts to corner. Bame over the middle, incomplete. Covered by Cam Brown. Looking for Sykes.
Okay, that was fourth down there.
Yep, that'll take a turnover on downs, and CBC will take over.
Okay, Randy.
Now we can say, I think we feel comfortable now.
I'm going to give you permission, not permission, but
I'm going to lead it in for Athletic Director Rocky Streb. I know he wants to announce it. What does this victory mean for the CBC Cadets?
Well, I can tell you this. It's one of the most humble coaches you could ever want to meet is going to get his 100th victory tonight, and that's Scott Pingle. In his 10 years here at CBC, with a win tonight, and there's 5 minutes to go, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but things continue to go this way. Scott's record at CBC as a head coach will be 100 wins against 20 losses, a mere 20 losses. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
That is unbelievable. Bradford across the 40. Easily one of the best coaches in the state of Missouri, and probably one of the best coaches around the country.
And he's one of the best people. I mean, he's the kind of kid he's the kind of guy you want your kid to play for. Mine did. And I'm happy that he was able to do that. Scott's so humble. I think he knows that this is his 100th win because a lot of people are talking about it, and he doesn't want to necessarily talk about it, but he would really want to kind of lowball that and not make a big deal about it, but we're going to anyway.
120.
120.
Wow. Bradford takes the handoff, and he goes over the right side, spins off a couple of tacklers, and fights for a first down. That kid never quits.
He doesn't. He's a horse. So congratulations, Coach Pingle. A little early, but I think we're going to be able to pull this one off. Congratulations on 100 wins to a coach that I know I admire and everybody respects.
Were you the athletic director that hired Coach Pingle?
I was not.
You
I
were
actually worked for him. I coached the freshman team
Okay.
when I first got to CBC in 2009. And I learned a lot about the game, and I learned a lot about coaching from being with him.
1st and 10 at the 48. Here's a quick throw out to Tyler Walton, who came in motion. He breaks free, and he was
almost
tackled by the ankle. Number 27, Damon Ross saved a touchdown right there.
One shoestring from 7 more.
Damon Ross just saved a touchdown. It'll be 2nd and 1.
I know the guys know. I don't know if they're planning on a cooler dousing or whatever. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. The guys know about the 100 wins.
So 2nd and 1. This is Antoine Higgins over the left side. He's going to look. He gets the first down, picks his way down to the 37. That keeps the chains moving and keeps the clock running here in the 4th quarter. And the CBC Cadets are going to get a very, very impressive victory. I can tell you, with a 7-0 halftime score, no offensive touchdowns, we were not surprised. And then CBC, 2 huge plays in the second half, and that just put the thing away.
Well, and that 7 points that we got at the end of the first, there's 35 seconds left in the half.
That's right.
Darn near didn't have anything scored, any score in the first half.
Gabbert to Higgins. Higgins is hit immediately, but he drags the tackler for a few extra yards. Number 65 was the man who made that stop, Tim Glazer. So a gain of 2 with forward progress to the 35-yard line. Rockhurst getting a lot of their second stringers in the game now to get them a little game action. You always know the good coaches really do a good job in games like this of getting experience for their guys down the depth chart.
Yeah, and everybody's going to – this is not necessarily a game you're thinking everybody's going to get to play in because Rockhurst is so good, but we'll get those guys in because you never know who you're going to need. I can still remember the last time we were in the state finals, we had some injuries, and we were forced to put a freshman in at defensive line. That was Julian Beach, who hadn't played, I don't believe, played a varsity game other than the mop-up role the whole year. Here he had a start, and now here he is, you know, mainstay of the defense now. So you never know who you're going to need.
That's right. So it's 3rd and 2. Ball's at the 29, 1:25 and counting in this one. CBC 28, Rockhurst 3. This is Gabbert keeping it himself, and he lowers a shoulder. And I can tell you in a game like this, Coach Pingle probably doesn't want Brett Gabbert lowering his shoulder to get a first down.
I would rather he not run at all right now. Save it for another day, Brett.
So first, but you know what? That just shows you the kind of kid Brett Gabbert is. It doesn't matter what the score is. He's going to give it 100%.
And that's CBC football. We play a certain way, and no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the game score is, we're going to play our game. And if you can do that, if you can stay within your game and get that mentality going, he's going to take a knee here, but it's been a great example of cadet football under Scott Pingle. For your 100th win, you couldn't pick a better example of how Scott Pingle coaches football.
So we are approaching 30 seconds. They'll have one more snap. Brett Gabbert will take a knee. And the CBC Cadets come to Kansas City and knock off vaunted Rockhurst 28-3 as the clock runs down. My name's Randy Molman, and Rocky Streb, it was a pleasure having you in the broadcast.
It was fun. It was fun. Right? ADs love away games.
Yeah. There you go, and you're able to sit in, and it was a good broadcast, HD on your screens, and probably our beautiful voices in HD.
Well, okay. In your case, all right, not mine.
That's Rocky Streb. My name's Randy Molman for Randy Gardner. For all of the students involved in the Cadet Student Network, just make sure that if you weren't able to watch all of this game tonight, make sure you watch the archive broadcast, which will be up on the Cadet Student Network. Get it up on your smart TV and really take in how great this broadcast looked here this evening. For everyone involved in tonight's broadcast, my name's Randy Molman. Until next week when the CBC Cadets take on number 1 in Class 5 Vianney. It'll be a battle of 2 number 1s next week for the MCC title at W. Michael Ross Stadium. Until next week at the 7 o'clock kickoff, so long, everybody.